All right, Sal, did you want to say something before I call the meeting to order?
Yes, Justin, I'm gonna ask for privilege here. I'm only on for about 10-15 minutes. I've got a doctor's appointment I have to go to, but this is my last meeting. I just wanted to express my gratitude for the opportunity to have served in my position. And I appreciate all the friends that I made, our colleagues, and it's been an honor to serve. But I'm retiring, so this is my last meeting. So thanks to everyone.
Thank you, Sal. Yes. Applause is necessary, and I just want to say thank you, particularly for the lasting legacy that you've made in Slate over your tenure here, particularly the Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Accessibility Committee. I just appreciated your time since I've been on the board, and I know many others as well. So congratulations, and hope you enjoy a well-earned retirement.
Hey,
Justin, just a
Thank you,
second.
Justin.
We have something special for Sal.
and
Oh,
Sal,
great.
I don't know if you can see this. Okay, can you see this?
Oh,
But, so they'll make sure that they get it to you. But it says, the St. Louis Workforce Development Board proudly recognizes Sal Valadez in appreciation for your dedication and commitment to serving on the Slate Board. I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on, and being a distinguished leader within the St. Louis community. Presented on this day, December 3rd, 2024, to Charlotte Jones, Mayor, City of St. Louis, Frederica McClowan, Executive Director, St. Louis Agency on Training and Employment. So thank you for your time on the board and enjoy your retirement.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please thank the mayor for me, and it's been an honor. Thank you so much, everyone.
thank you so much, Sal. What an inspiring time that you've had with us, and a great way to kick off this final meeting of 2024. So I'll call this meeting officially to order and then hand it over to Julie for the roll call.
Okay, I'll use my best teacher voice ever. Eileen Caffey here. Lydia Padilla.
Present.
Corey Elliott. Present. Lakeisha Mathis.
Lakeisha Mathis.
Mary Laney. Justin Bennett.
Present.
Charlotte Hammond.
Charlotte is not here.
Kendra Holmes.
Present.
Danita Neal.
Present.
Roger Spearman. Justin Raimundo. Sorry.
Present.
Liz Haberberger.
Present.
Susan Hagan.
Susan.
Present.
William Bell.
Present.
Sal Valadez.
Present.
Sherry Tillis.
Present.
Michael Newton.
Present. Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Good morning. Regina Greer.
Regina. Not here.
Allison Deno. Here. Did I see your last name correctly?
Allison is here.
Dino, okay, thank you. Julie Fickes here. Even Jeremy.
Present.
Stacy Fowler.
Stacy not here.
Jerry Bowles.
Not here.
Kimberly Chaplin.
Not here.
Michelle Graham.
Michelle, not here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Julie. So we have we'll kick off with a board member spotlight. I don't know, Freddie, if you want to do introductions first, or I can hand it over to Dr. Dina.
We'll do Dr. Dino first. Dr. Dino is our newest member to the board, and we're so excited to have her. She is from St. Louis Public Schools. She is replacing Dr. Tamara Cross, and so without further ado, I would like for Dr. Dino to introduce herself.
so much for having me. I am the chief of schools for St. Louis Public School, which means I have all things academic, all things student support, and all of the school supervision within my wheelhouse. I started my career in actually adult ed way a long time ago. That and Head Start kind of both ends of the spectrum. I've been an elementary school principal, federal programs director, principal supervisor, head of curriculum instruction, all the things you can think you need to do in school. I've done them all, and I'm really excited. So thank you.
We're so excited. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. We're really excited to have you join our board representing St. Louis Public Schools and the breadth of experience that you're bringing from federally funded projects, leading education, adult learning as well. So I think we will certainly benefit from your expertise and contributions. So I'll hand it over to Freddie again to kick off the Slate leadership team introductions.
So I wanted to say first and foremost, good morning and welcome. I'm so happy to have you. We have not been in this boardroom in a very long time. So we were very intentional about making sure that you all came upstairs and came into Slate today. So we're so excited to have those of you who are joining us virtually and those of you who are in person. Those of you who are here in person, we have some goodies for you, so be sure to take those back with you. Those who are joining us virtually, we will get your goodies to you. And so I wanted to start off by introducing myself for those of you who may not know me. I'm sure I know all of you, but I am Freddie McLeod. I am the executive director here at Slate. To my left is Cassandra Williams. She is the deputy executive director. To my right is Shannon Johnson. Shannon is our executive assistant here. Ray Goody is our contract compliance supervisor, and Ray too is retiring at the end of December, and so 29 years. So we are so happy to have Ray here with us today. Alan Perkins is the coordinator of our summer youth employment program, which is not really summer, it's year-round jobs. And so Alan Perkins is here with us today. Thank you, Alan. Our program manager too is the one and only Pete Ivans. He keeps us all together. He's what we call our bridge builder. So thank you so much, Pete. Behind me is our contract supervisor, Tondalea Evans. Tonda has been with us over 20 years as well. So yes, thank you for your service, Tonda. Sherry Jackson is our adult education and literacy coordinator for our ARPA program that we have. So Sherry Jackson is here with us. Shakima Hunter is our program director from EDSI. She is here with us this morning. She's the one that makes it happen on the EDSI side. George Jones is our youth programs manager here at Slate from EDSI. Rebecca Ritter is our one-stop manager here from EDSI. Dana Jones is our adult program manager. We have the one and only Earl Benitez. Earl is our IT specialist here with us. And so Svetlana Bostic in front, our executive secretary. You hear from Svetlana probably more than you hear from any of us. But she is our executive secretary, and that is our Slate leadership team today.
Thanks for leading us through that, Freddie. Just want to pause and thank the Slate team for an incredible year that we've had. I know there's been a lot of work and improvements and most importantly, impact that you've made in our community and our workforce. So thanks to the entire team, but congratulations, Ray, on your retirement. Freddie, it looks like I'll hand it back to you for board presentations.
Cool beans. All right, so I will actually go to I don't know if the camera can take you from there. Svetlana, what do you think is best? Okay, cool beans. I take direction well. There's one. I thought there was one. Okay. Good morning again. I am excited to deliver to you our annual impact report. This year, our annual impact report focused on our ARPA programs. We received about $9.9 million in ARPA funds. And so I wanted to take a moment to go through our annual report with you to show you the great work that Slate was able to do with the funds that we were awarded. Sirlon, if you can go to the first page. The first page is so important to us. This young lady, her name is Janela Bridges. She came through the Summer Youth Employment Program with Alan Perkins and his team. She interned for the city registrar's office for about 9 months. And shortly afterwards, she was hired on full-time. She is now a city staff member. And so that's what we talk about when we talk about creating the pipeline to city jobs. Using our programs and using our funding to grow the next generation of workforce and prepare them for jobs beyond Slate. So I wanted to take a minute to highlight Janela, as she is a clerk typist in the city registrar's office. So she made the cover of our report this year. Going through is just a welcome from our Slate team and a welcome from myself. Also, our board members are listed on the side. Those of you who were with us the 23-24 fiscal year. More about what we do, the services and the programs that we offer. Altogether, Slate has 15 programs, but of our ARPA programs, there were 7 of them. And so I will go through those a little bit later in my report to highlight what those programs were and what we were able to accomplish in those programs. And those are just some pictures. Our young men at the top got to go to Memphis, Tennessee to do a cultural tour. They went to the Lorraine Hotel, the Civil Rights Museum. And so that's a picture of our staff with our students in our various programs. And just some more pictures that we have, some graduation there and some awards and recognition. So that's what we have on that page. Our financial report, I'm actually going to come back to that at the end of the report, and Cassandra will get that for you all. Impact at a glance. I wanted you all to be able to see our numbers for Slate. So last year when I gave you this number was actually 7,000, well, actually 6,000. Our goal for this year was 7,000. We exceeded our goal. 11,927 customers served. These are individuals that came into the agency or Slate, encountered within the community that received services between July 1, 23 and June 30th, 2024. So our goal was 7,000. We nailed that. We went past that, 11,927 individuals. The total number of services provided, 40,968. We served 194 veterans. We participated in 52 community events. So these are events that Slate organized or attended during their time frame. We hosted 16 job fairs. For those of you all who may or may not remember, South City Hospital closed last year abruptly. Northview Village nursing facilities closed last year. And so Slate was on it. We jumped on top of it to connect those individuals to employment opportunities. So those two are included in that. The Armory came a little bit after that, but we jumped on top of that to ensure that we connected those individuals to employment. And we are now working with the county office to connect those individuals from Boeing with employment opportunities as well. We worked with 88 employers last year. 200 plus job seekers attended our Holly Jolly Hiring Fair series. I will definitely say in next year's report, you will see more than 3 times that number. We are on our 4th, or actually we are on our final Holly Jolly this Friday, and we already have about 600 individuals that have attended the other 4. So we have almost tripled that number. Last year, we did our career graduation fair in partnership with St. Louis Public Schools, where we had over 100 high school seniors come and participate in our career day hiring fair. And our overall job fair attendees was more than 700 individuals came into Slate and participated in our job fair. So we are very excited about those numbers. Program under ARPA that I want to highlight with you all is the Adult Education and Literacy Program led by Ashira Jackson in the back. In partnership with EDSI, Educational Data Systems Incorporated, and with St. Louis Public Schools. This program allowed for adults ages 17 and older who resided in St. Louis City or County to be enrolled into the program, get their high school credential, and be able to obtain an industry recognized credential as well, and also participate in work experience. I want to highlight the program on the side. There was a target number of 75 individuals to be enrolled into the program. Ashir and her team enrolled 130 individuals into the program. 108 of those completed the program. She currently has 4 in progress. 87 gained permanent employment or post-secondary education or training. 19 gave their high school diploma or HiSET. 82 of those individuals increased their literacy and numeracy. 24 of them enrolled in training, and her overall training success was 91%, and her overall program success was 83%. Her program ends at the end of this month. She did a fabulous job. Adult education and our next program is in partnership with Fathers and Family Support. Our very own Sherry Tillis and her group did an amazing job. This program was for fathers who participated in a 5-day, 6-week immersive program that nurtured their parenting abilities. It provided an opportunity for them to receive job readiness training, and it addressed and supported their trauma and mental health, and made sure that it focused on healthy co-parenting relationships. When individuals completed this program, they received up to $5,000 in payments towards their child support arrears. Her goal for the program was 112. I believe she enrolled 107 individuals in the program. 149 residents were assessed for eligibility. 58 families received payments, and those payments totaled $224,427.82 were made towards child support arrears payments. So, and her team over at Father Support. Our next program is the Gateway Go Transit Program in partnership with St. Louis Public Schools, CDA, the International Institute, and the Department of Human Services. This program offers free Metro passes to individuals between the ages of 13 to 25 years old. We service under this program 1,574 young people throughout the past 2 years who received passes to help them get back and forth to school, help them get back and forth to work and extracurricular activities. We have also extended this program next year, but the transportation passes will be available for only students who are in St. Louis Public Schools and students who are enrolled or affiliated with SLATE programs. So we are so excited about this. We received an additional $50,000 to be able to support an additional 625 students. So 1,574 students through the Gateway Go program. So we are excited about that. Our next program is the Learn and Earn program. Learn and Earn was in partnership with St. Louis Public Schools. We awarded St. Louis Public Schools about $1.6 million to execute this program. They enrolled 514 individuals. Of that, 462 completed the program, but get this, of the 462 that completed, 462 of them successfully graduated high school and transitioned into post-secondary education, training, and or employment. There was a 90% program success rate for this program. And basically what this program did was allow seniors to have internships at various companies throughout the city of St. Louis. And so here are some of the quotes from those individuals. We had individuals from Bayshine, Gateway STEM, McKinley, CVPA, and so they were very excited to do career exploration and figure out what worked for them. So a 90% success rate with St. Louis Public Schools for the Learn and Earn program. Our Skill Up St. Louis CDL edition, led by the Dana Jones in the back and Lisa Wilson. CDL edition, so the city of St. Louis came to SLATE and said, we need individuals with their CDL. We need to fill positions for heavy equipment operators, utility workers, and a various variety of different positions. And so we were on it. We were only supposed to enroll 75 individuals. Dana and her team enrolled 85 participants. 67 of them obtained their CDL credentials. 57 of them have obtained permanent employment in the field, and her program has a 79% success rate. We were in partnership with EDSI, but the training was provided by MTC Trucking. So very excited about this program and the great work that it did. Those individuals who went through the program also received $15 an hour for 15 hours a week. So it's a paid work experience for them to be, well, they received a stipend to be able to go through the program. So very happy about this particular program. One of my favorites, the Summer Youth Employment Program, which is not really the Summer Youth Employment Program, it's the year-round jobs program led by V.E. Allen Perkins in the back. The goal of this program is to serve 750 participants. This program will end in 2026. Allen and his team has already served 591 young people through this program. And so there's a chart there that says, the different, so we had an SYEP 1, that has concluded, SYEP 2, both of those are under Allen's leadership, and then SYEP 2.0 is STL youth jobs, and so there are some of the numbers there. The numbers at the bottom reflect Allen's SYEP 1. So we had 233 youth enrolled, 152 of them completed their WEX hours, 206 of them obtained permanent employment or enrolled in secondary or post-secondary education or training. He worked with 61 employers, and his program has an 88% success rate. And so Janela, who is on the front cover, went through Allen's SYEP program. So very good job to Allen and his team. Our last program just got started in October 1st of this year. It's called the Community Campus Workforce Development Program. It's in partnership with Peter and Paul Community Services. Slate awarded $450,000 to Peter and Paul to do a program for the unhoused community. And what that program does is it allows those individuals to beautify the community and neighborhoods in the center, and also receive paid work experience dollars. They get supported services, they receive incentives. Their goal is to enroll 100 participants. The program ends, I believe, June 30th of 2025. And so this is the press conference that we held at Peter and Paul with Mayor Jones, and also with their CEO. So it just got started October 1st, $450,000 to Peter and Paul Community Services. Next is Janela's story, so make sure you read it when you get a moment, about her journey here with us and how Slate was able to help her land full-time employment. Moving through, Slate conducts hiring fairs to connect employers to job seekers. There are numbers on the side. I've referenced those a little bit throughout the report and the different job fairs that we were able to do. Moving right along, Slate and SLDC hosted the Midwest Urban Strategies convening. For those of you who are not familiar with Midwest Urban Strategies is a group of local urban workforce development boards. And so we come together each month, we brainstorm, we talk about what's going on in each other's areas and how we can work with each other, figure things out, and work through different strategies and problems that we may be having in our areas. So Slate and SLDC hosted the Midwest Urban Strategies convening right in this building, May 7th through the 9th. If you scroll up just a little bit, you'll see some familiar faces in that photo. Our board member, Stacey Fowler, our board chair, Justin Raymundo, and our immediate past board vice chair, Mary Laney, served on one of the panels for the event. So we had a fabulous time welcoming about 75 local workforce leaders from around the area. And that concludes my piece of the report. I want to say I am not able to do the work that I do if it was not for the people that are on this screen. So I thank them so much for their hard work and dedication, not only to Slate, but to the community. So there is my team of rock stars. Thank you, guys.
Great. So I will echo the thanks that Freddie shared, but also double click on uh, what we're seeing in the chat. I agree with what Jerry Bowles put in the chat. These numbers are outstanding. Way to go to the Slate team, and particular thanks to Freddie for your inspiring leadership. I know that this has been not only an impactful year, but I think it sets us up incredibly well for Slate's 50-year anniversary coming next year. So what a great way to kind of enter a milestone year for this organization. So congratulations again on the huge impact. So we'll move next into the approval of the minutes. So I'll entertain a motion for approval of the minutes from the June 25th, 2025. Oh, sorry, June 25th, 2024 meeting.
Justin, we're gonna do a financial report first.
Oh, okay.
It's part of the annual report.
Oh, I see. All
Then
right.
we'll go back to the agenda. Okay,
Good morning.
good morning.
Yes, we need the money to be able to do the right that we're doing, so. We just, want to report out that we were able to receive 9,900,008 in ARPA dollars to be able to execute several of our programs here. 900,000 was awarded for our ADL program. $1 million for the Child Years program, which is completed. It ended in September, so we're in the closeout phase of that. Our ADL project will end this month on the 31st, and we'll be closing that out. And then our community campus workforce, which is our unhoused program, is just beginning. We received $500,000 for that. We awarded $450,000 to the subrecipient who will be executing the program. And then I guess you're asking what happened to the $50,000. That is our percentage for admin here at Slate. We awarded $1,637,783.92 to the Learn and Earn project, which was completed also in September, and we're in the closeout phase of that. Our Still Up was $1 million, in which we awarded 900,000 of that to be completed. And then we went back and awarded some additional funds to close out this project as well, which will be ending actually in December. So we'll be closing that out. Our SYP one program was $862,224.08. That project was completed. And actually we went back and awarded some additional funds to our subrecipient to close out that project in December of this year. So they have some additional funds to complete that. Our SYP2 project, which is also in progress and will go into 26, was $4 million. We awarded $1 million to SLO Youth Jobs, and then we awarded $2 million to EDSI for this project as well, which is ongoing now. We also had additional funds, which are discretionary granting. And last year it was $3,521,475. This year is $2,077,938.32. Echo Devo, which is the funds that are given to us by the city. Last year we had $3,874,685. This year we have $3,793,163.6. Our WIOA fund, which are awarded to us through Office of Workforce Development, last year $2,172,246. This year $2,016,288. So these are our funding sources that allow us to operate the many programs that we have here at Slate. Any questions?
Any questions from our virtual guests? No questions, no questions. So Jerry Ball says, these numbers are outstanding. Way to go, Slate. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate it. Okay, Justin, you can go.
All right, thank you both Freddie and Cassandra for those presentations. And so we'll move into the approval of minutes. So I entertain a motion for the approval of the minutes from the June 25th, 2024 meeting.
Motion to approve the minutes is Mike Newton.
Thanks, Mike. Do we have a second?
William Bell, second.
Great. All those in favor,
Aye.
say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions?
I abstain.
Thanks, Sherry. Right. That passes. So I'll hand it back to Freddie.
All righty. So executive director summary. This is a practice that Sal, again, what your amazing contributions to the board. Sal always said, Freddie, that's a lot of information. Can you kind of sum it up for us before we go through it? And so that's what the executive director summary is. So you will first see the summary of committee meeting minutes. Our committees have been working hard and meeting, so that will be the first thing you'll see on your agenda. Our labor force statistics are there as well. Our quarterly performance review for quarter 4. As of right now, we are entering into quarter 2. So yes, it's been a while since we've been able to meet with one another, but I did want to highlight some things in our quarter performance review. I definitely want to shout out Pete Eichels and his team, his compliance team. If you guys were a part of the slate or a part of the board a while ago, you would know that we have come a mighty long way. And so Pete, Ray, Tonda, and your team, thank you for all you do to ensure that we adhere to federal, state, and local guidelines. And so none of this would be possible without you all. And your fearless leader right here, Cassandra Williams, and her hard work as well. So I definitely wanted to say that. Our 24 performance review is here. With regard to our WIO adult, we exceeded in all areas. Our WIO dislocated worker, we exceeded in all areas with the exception of employment for quarter 2, where the goal was 68%, with an actual of 62.86%, where we achieved 92.44% of that goal. And WIO and youth, we exceeded in all areas with the exception of median earnings, something that we're still working on. I think the goal was 3,300 and we averaged about $2,961.42 during that time. So that information is there. You all should also have a copy of that report as well. Our Slate PY23 due report on July 3rd, 2024, the local workforce board received a year-end report from the monitoring review conducted by the OWD regulatory compliance team. We had one finding and 2 areas of concern. The one finding was cash draws not being performed in a timely manner. I do want to thank Charlotte Hammond, our finance chair on the board. She put some practices and some things in place and told us what we needed to do to make sure that we don't have this happen to us again. So thank you to the finance committee. I think Corey, you serve on the finance committee as well. So thank you so much for your hard work, you and Charlotte and committee members put in to ensure we don't have this issue anymore. Our 2 areas of concern were case management and case notes. What we did find is that case management was happening with our case managers. However, we have this saying of if you don't document it, it didn't happen. And so making sure that Pete and his team works closely with the subrecipient to ensure that everything that they're doing when they go out and go purchase coats and provide bus passes and different things to our clients, that they are actually documenting that information. And so that's those are 2 areas that we are definitely working on. And since then, we have drastically improved in these areas. Again, this is from last year, but we just have not had the opportunity to meet. Our local plan 2024-2027 and policy updates. I think Director Carter said that we are one of the only regions, if not the only region, where our board comes together to create the local plan. So that is a best practice for Slate. We convened a few months back, all of us did, and you guys is what you came up with and the different things we worked together on were incorporated in the local plan. And I want to thank Rochelle Daniels, who is on the call, because she is the lady who puts it all together. The local plan is not easy at all. Our previous local plan was over 600 pages. So she's the lady that puts all that together. So thank you so much, Rochelle, for all of your hard work and everything that you do to make us shine. Our Slate fiscal monitoring report. So I came to you guys previously about our fiscal monitoring report. Booth Consulting out of the DMV area did the monitoring for us. And at that time, we had 3 findings and 1 area of non-compliance. You guys said, get it together, and we did. We have resolved all the findings. So thank you again to Charlotte and Corey and the finance team who helped us through this, Cassandra and the fiscal team for all of their hard work in resolving those 3 findings and addressing the area of non-compliance. And it was more so putting some policies in place and some things that we just had not had in place before. So creating some policies to make sure that we were in compliance in those areas. Our budget memo has been updated. The last time you received the budget memo, we had not received all dollars from all funders. This budget memo that you'll vote on today now has all the dollars from all the grantors that we will receive. Also, too, our new board calendar for the 2025 year is there. And then at the end of the meeting, Svetlana will put together a list of the different committees that we'll have for the 50th celebration for you all to sign up to be a part of the events that we plan to have for our 50th celebration. And that's the executive director summary. All right.
Oh, thank you for that thorough review, Freddie. We'll move next into the consent agenda. So I'll pause here if there are any items that the board would like to review or anyone from the board wants to specifically go through individual items.
Justin, this is Lydia Padilla. Do you mind if I make a comment real quick?
Yes, absolutely.
I just wanted to speak to Freddie's report. I've been on the board for 19 years. I didn't realize that until I looked it up the other day. And the local plan, the audits, the state compliance, the Fed compliance is unlike anything I've ever seen on any board I've served on or any work I've done in my recruiting company with state or Fed agencies. And to have such consistency and such strong outcomes these past few years has just been remarkable. And I'm so proud of the organization. I'm so glad we brought Rochelle in. I know Rebecca had to drop off the call, but when you're in the weeds of the local plan or when you're in the weeds of working with the mayor's office, Jeff City, and the Department of Labor, there's a lot of boxes to check to stay in compliance. And it's very complicated and it changes when we're in the middle of it. So I just want to shout out to Freddie specifically for being able to accomplish everything she has these past few years. And the length of consistency in these reports is just phenomenal. So congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Lydia. Echo the thanks and congrats to the team and particularly Freddie's leadership. I'm also seeing in the chat that Jerry Bowles noted, absolutely love that the board works on the local plan, definitely a best practice, and shout out also for the transparency on issues and resolutions. I think that transparent leadership is really critical for us to remain compliant, but to continue to grow as an organization. So thank you to the team for modeling that. Any other comments on the consent agenda?
Justin, it's Mary Delaney. I wanted to echo Lydia's comments. And again, if you look at the feedback that you got from these audits and compliance reports, these really are not significant. These are crossing the T's, dotting the I's. So in other words, you're never going to have a completely perfect report. And sometimes when you get these things, it's not going to the next level. So I think, Rika, you and your team should be really proud of yourself as far as what this says. This is kind of like an A+, okay? Even though they've got this stuff in here, but there's always gonna be minor things. It's like, well, it's adding something to a policy. I'm like, okay, then that's fine. The point is, it's a lot of work. It's using state and federal dollars. That's not easy. And you guys are being outstanding stewards with these funds. So congratulations. And like you said, these comments really are not that big of a deal. These are the type of comments that usually you get, you know, from an organization that's doing very well and just trying to get you to that next level. So congratulations.
You're here.
One additional comment, kudos, as everyone else said, here, you know, you guys are solving real world problems. I do have one question. Do we have a succession plan for the follow-on chief compliance? Right, I think you said you were retiring.
Well, I'm retiring. I'm the EO officer and compliance officer. But the succession plan is already in force in the sense that Pete has already taken over compliance.
I didn't know if you or Pete or, you know, who was going to be in charge.
Pete was the succession plan.
Pete was the succession plan, got it. I heard compliance and I'm like, okay, well, who is? Thank you.
Of that seamless transition. Other comments? If not, I think we can move to just approve the consent agenda. I know these were a lot of items that we just reviewed. I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
This is Eileen. I motion to approve.
Great. Second,
Second, Mike Newton.
thanks. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Anyone abstain?
I abstain.
Thanks, Jerry. All right, that passes. So we'll move into the regular agenda. Oh, this is a budget memo that was updated. I'll pause here if there's anyone from the Slate team that wants to add context here.
Did already, Justin, but just so you guys can know, those are the numbers. I think when we first got the budget memo, we had our, we owe a formula funds numbers. We didn't have a lot of our discretionary numbers. And so now we have all of the funds that we'll receive for this program year. So that's what this speaks to.
Thanks, Freddie.
So, so Corey Elliott, so just a question. So when I was looking at the other report, it looks like we were gonna be down revenue, but based on this, are we still down 300-400 from last year to this year?
So for Leola, yes.
Okay.
We did receive a kind of funds for Leola dollars, but that was across the board and across the state.
Right.
So
I think it was about a 7% cut across across the state. So yeah, and it fluctuates. Sometimes we receive more, sometimes we receive less. So it depends, but we are thankful that we have the EcoDevo account, which allows us, those are the funds provided to us by the city to kind of offset some of those losses. So we are appreciative of that.
So you'll still be able to, I mean, I get, there's no point, but you'll still be able to do all the great programming and all of that. It won't be affected by any changes in the. Okay.
All right, thanks for those questions, Corey. Other comments, questions here? All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
Corey? Corey's first.
There a second?
Danita second.
Great, thanks. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And abstentions.
I abstain.
Thank you, Jerry. All right, we'll move down into the board calendar. Any questions, comments, or feedback here on the 2025 calendar?
me pull it up so you can all look at the dates.
Thank you.
November 18 in-person meeting at the end of the year.
Any questions? I'll note that our first meeting is on the January 28th meeting is when we'll do officer elections. So encourage folks to consider, what role you might want to play as an officer on the board. And then I believe, Svetlana, you'll circulate nomination form or something similar like we did last time.
Right, we will.
Great, so be on the lookout for that as well. All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
William Bell wants a nomination to approve the board calendar.
Great,
Lydia seconds.
thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Abstain.
Thank you, Jerry. All right. And then the last item here is mostly for informational purposes, as we sort of talked throughout other board meetings, other committee meetings, and as Freddie highlighted, Slate's going to celebrate its 50 years of service to the community. So we're looking for board members to serve on various event committees. I'll pause here. The process, Freddie or Svetlana, is something will be circulated and folks can just sign up. Okay.
Right. I will, we will put together committees and I will send everybody email and people will be able to sign up for any of the committees they're interested in.
Great.
So look for that shortly.
Well, I'm excited that we're entering into this year, having had a year of such consistent impact as we've been hearing throughout this meeting. Particularly thank those that have served many years on the Slate board. And I know that the celebration of years of service is in large part to the team, but also for those of you that have been long serving on this board. There are no reports that I'm seeing. So then I'll pause here for matters from the board. Any matters from the board? Great. Matters from the executive director?
Only have two. My first one being, I just received an email from Lydia yesterday or day before yesterday, and I want to echo, Lydia has served on the board for 19 years. Lydia is retiring. And so I just want to thank her for her service. Lydia has also been a past board chair, and she was a past board chair for Slate during a very difficult time, but the way she maneuvered that time was excellent. And I just thank her so much. There's never a time that I can't email her or call her, or for Becky, I once stopped to email her or call her and say, Lydia, we need. So I just wanted to say thank you. Your award will be in the mail to you shortly. But thank you for all of your service to our workforce board over the past 19 years, Lydia. We will really miss you.
It's been great.
Here.
Also, too, something that we're working on, Rochelle, Rebecca, myself, Shannon, and Cassandra, we are working on figuring out how to funnel funds through our workforce board. This is something that we have not talked about in a very long time because we have not been in a position for a very long time. But now we are in a position where our head is above water. People are wanting to donate to Slate, to our youth, to our babies, and they are excited about the work that we're doing. And so it's very difficult sometimes because we are a city agency and a city department to be able to receive those funds. And so because we have a workforce board, I am working with Cassandra, Shannon, Rochelle, and Rebecca to figure out how we can go about that. I know Alan was out in the community, and is it BMO Bank wanted to donate to us, and we couldn't accept funds. Some other organizations have tapped us to say, we want to give you millions of dollars. And to be able to say, not right now, to millions of dollars. Fix it, Lord. But we are really working on figuring out how to be able to accept those funds, how to be able to run funds through the workforce board. Next year, with it being our 5th year, some of those projects or activities that we're doing will bring in income. We're thinking about a trivia night. Our culminating event, which will be our gala, will bring in funds. And so how will we be able to accept those funds is something that we are working with the comptroller's office, the treasurer's office, and every other office in the city to figure it out. And sometimes people are, when you want to do something new and different, it's hard. When things have been done a certain way for a long time, people get really comfortable and they say you can't. But if you know me and my team, we're like, don't tell me what I can't do, tell me what I can do. And so we're working through it to really figure out how to work this thing. And so we will rely on your expertise and then Corey and Charlotte, your guidance on the finance committee for us to work through this. But I did want to be transparent and let you know where we are, that we are in a space where we're like, hold on to your $1 million, give me a second. But yes, trying to figure that out has been difficult, but we are working through that. So thank you again, Rochelle and Rebecca. And that's all I have. And I see Lydia's hand is up.
Lydia, go ahead. Unmute yourself.
About maybe 10 or 15 years ago, we tried to start a not-for-profit arm of Slate. I'm not sure what the model is right now in Kansas City, but Kansas City does have a not-for-profit arm. I don't know if it's a 501c3 or whatever other number after 501 it could be. But Kansas City was able to receive grants from like the Kaiser Foundation for training grants. They were receiving lots of grants across the state that we could not in St. Louis because we didn't have that tax designation. It was, bottom line, it was always kind of a fight with the city because you kind of lose control once it's a 501 of some kind. It doesn't fall under the government or city or state agencies. So Len Tengis and I years ago tried to do it, and then we tried again about 5 years ago. I know Rochelle, if people don't know, Rochelle, this is her space across the United States. So she works with WIOAs across the US. She was brought in when we were having challenges here in St. Louis, and to the city's credit, we've kept her on as a consultant. So hopefully it won't be as hard as it should be. It shouldn't be as hard as it sounds, because a lot of WIOAs across the country do a model that allows them to receive funds from, you know, the Emerson Foundation, or we have the Boeing Foundation. I mean, there are so many training opportunities that I think we have in this region of very generous companies. I know Julie Fickus is in the room. I could see her, and she benefits at the college with these same types of programs. So hopefully you guys can get that done. And if at any point I can jump in and help in any way, please let me know, because it's been a big thorn in my side as long as I've been on this board that we were never able to accomplish it during the time that I was there. So good luck.
Mr. Chair, this is Rochelle. It's okay to provide some information. So Becky actually did incorporate our board as a 501c3 not-for-profit. And we're looking at ways with Freddie for a manner in which the board or Slate, because either one, depending on the type of funds, can actually receive the funds, and then Slate would remain the fiscal agent and administrative entity for overseeing the funds. And I know that Becky has told me that the solicitor's office is also looking at this, because we do this in a couple of other departments as well. And so I think we're pretty close to finding a way in which we're going to be able to put these dollars under the umbrella of Slate and really be able to expand the scope of what we do to reach more people and provide the kinds of services that Freddie has been talking about all morning. That's it.
Great, thank you all. Any other items before we move to matters from the public? We'll move into matters from the public. Svetlana, is there anyone that has joined?
There is no public online, but we have and she left. There is no comments from the public.
Okay. All right, well, I'll take my privilege to just pause here and thank you all for a tremendous year, both staff and board alike. As we've heard many different examples of the staff collaborating with members of the board to continue to advance the mission of Slate, particularly in continued operations, fiscal management, and of course this year with the passing of the local plan. So thank you all, but particularly thank you to the Slate team for continuing to drive such an important impact in our community and our workforce that drives our economy. So thank you all. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn, maybe Danita first.
Julie Fickes, second.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
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 All right, thank you all so much. We'll see you next year.
Bye.